Not everyone claps when you start changing. Some people walk away silently. Growth exposes who was comfortable with the old you. This is the story of what happens when everyone leaves. His name was Ryan, and for most of his life, he tried to fit in. He laughed when others laughed and stayed quiet when he wanted to speak. Being accepted mattered more to him than being honest. Ryan lived a simple life, surrounded by familiar people. They knew him as the easygoing one who never challenged anything. Comfort kept him liked, but it also kept him small. One day, something inside him shifted. He got tired of feeling average and invisible. That decision quietly changed everything. Ryan started working on himself without announcing it. He woke up earlier, read more, and spoke less. Growth began in silence. At first, no one noticed. Then, slowly, people started feeling uncomfortable. His change disturbed the balance they were used to. Friends joked about his new habits. Some mocked his discipline, others questioned his motives. Growth suddenly felt lonely. Ryan felt the distance, growing but didn't understand why. He hadn't hurt anyone. He had just chosen to improve. Conversations became shorter and invitations fewer. Familiar faces felt unfamiliar now. The room felt emptier, even when full. He wondered if changing was a mistake. The old version of him was liked, even if he was unhappy. Growth demanded a price he hadn't expected. Ryan sat alone one evening questioning his decision. The silence around him felt heavier than before. Growth suddenly felt more painful than staying the same. He remembered how easy life was when he never challenged himself. People smiled more and asked him to join them often. Acceptance had been comfortable but limiting. Ryan almost went back to his old habits. Comfort called him loudly, but something inside him refused to settle again. He realized change doesn't ask for permission. It simply demands commitment. And commitment often scares people who are not ready to grow. Ryan noticed how some friends avoided deep conversations now. They preferred jokes and distractions. His seriousness reminded them of what they were avoiding. He stopped explaining himself. Growth did not need validation. Silence became his answer. Days turned into weeks, and the distance became clearer. Only a few stayed, and even fewer understood. But those who stayed mattered more. Ryan felt lonely but also focused. Without constant noise, his mind became sharper. Solitude gave him clarity. He started building discipline into his days. Routine replaced randomness. Progress replaced confusion. The emptiness he feared began to feel peaceful. He discovered strength in being alone. Growth was no longer scary. It was honest. Ryan reached a point where weekends felt longer and quieter. The absence of familiar voices was noticeable. But in that quiet, he started hearing himself clearly. He began understanding his thoughts without interruption. Reflection replaced distraction. For the first time, his mind felt his own. Ryan realized that many connections were built on convenience, not alignment. When he changed, the convenience disappeared. Only real bonds remained. He stopped chasing messages and stopped forcing plans. Energy saved was invested in growth. Peace slowly replaced anxiety. Books became his companions and discipline his guide. Each page and routine strengthened him. Growth no longer felt lonely. It felt purposeful. Ryan noticed how much mental space he had gained. Less noise meant more focus. Less approval-seeking meant more self-respect. He understood that people don't leave because you change. They leave because your growth reflects what they avoid. That truth stopped hurting. Ryan built a stronger version of himself, quietly. Confidence came without announcements. Strength no longer needed applause. One day, he walked past people who once ignored him. He felt no resentment, only gratitude. Growth had matured him. Ryan smiled, realizing something powerful. Losing people didn't weaken him. It revealed his strength. Ryan began noticing small signs of change within himself. His posture was stronger and his voice calmer. Confidence no longer depended on who stayed or left. Opportunities slowly started appearing in unexpected ways. New people entered his life with similar values. Alignment replaced attachment. He understood that growth filters people naturally. Those meant to stay will stay without effort. Those meant to leave will leave without explanation. Ryan stopped, fearing loneliness completely. Solitude became a place of recharge, not punishment. Being alone no longer meant being empty. He looked back at the version of himself who begged for acceptance. That person felt distant now. Growth had rewritten his identity. People who once doubted him began noticing his progress. Some returned with curiosity. Ryan welcomed them kindly, but kept his boundaries firm. He learned that not everyone deserves access to your journey. Some only want comfort, not truth. Growth demands selectivity. Ryan no longer chased validation or approval. His standards rose with his discipline. Peace became his new success. He finally understood why everyone left when he started changing. Growth isn't loud, but it is disruptive. And disruption always reveals reality. In the end, Ryan didn't lose people. He gained clarity, strength, and himself. And that made every lonely step worth it.